What is up, you sexy YouTube mother lovers? Now, if you're a PC gamer, you probably know what this is. This is a graphics card. If you've got a shitty one, you probably didn't enjoy Cyberpunk 2077.
Please.
Now, while not having a good graphics card will stop you from playing the games that you like, the question is, will they stop a bullet? Today we're going to find out. Now, I can already hear what you're saying. Brandon, what is the point of shooting graphics cards for this test? Like, when would you ever need a computer graphics card to stop a bullet? Well, you never know. You could be a Twitch streamer in Ukraine, for example. Or just a Twitch streamer.
They ain't got money.
But we brought out some pretty fun toys to try to put these things to the test. But we're not going to start with the big boy. We'll get there. Don't worry. First, we got to work our way up, starting with 22LR. Got this. So this is the Calico M100. It's a rifle chambered in 22LR with a helical 100-round magazine. Helical is in the rounds feed in a helix, kind of like a staircase. So I'm going to go ahead and chamber around. We're going to see how far 22LR makes it through this line of graphics cards, which Zydax sent us, by the way. Thank you very much to them for that. It's weird. You need computer parts and you ask a computer company. By the time you guys are watching this video, I'm probably hanging out with them in Salt Lake right now, actually. I don't expect this to make it super far, maybe just a couple of cards. Write your predictions now, folks. All right, 22LR in 3, 2, 1. It killed them all! Alright, so the height over bore on this is a little worse than I thought. We skimmed off of the table here, so you can see where the round started going into the table, came back up, smacked through this graphics card, and it actually impacted on the second one. And there's your bullet. So we found the bullet smacking the second card. But just because it went through a good bit of table to get there, let's try that again, aiming a little bit higher, and see if we can't make it through two. Giving that another try. There we go. Damn, these things might be a little bit more resilient than I thought. It didn't even penetrate through one. So if you see here, smacked it right in the middle. And we have our shards of bullet here that are still kind of warm. But yeah, no, didn't even penetrate. Just smacked the front face of this and broke it apart, but no penetration. This video might be more interesting than I thought. Time to move up to something a little bit bigger, though. So next up, we're going to be using 9mm. Well, we're not just using it in any handgun. We're using it in the new Zenith MP5. Fun fact, one of these is actually my bedside gun. I've got one of their older ones that we made full auto, put the side folding stock on, suppressor, whole 9 yards. But this is their new one that's all US made, so we're going to give this one a try. Telling these graphic cards, I'll feed a Zane in 3, 2, 1. All right, so we got a direct hit here on the bottom of the first graphics card. Blew right through that. I guess, I don't know what this is, maybe brass. Went through our second graphics card and hit the bottom of this metal here, which started diverting the bullet downwards. So on our third graphics card, you see the impact, and then it just blows through out the bottom there and into our table. So while 9mm is a great round for pistols and submachine guns, it travels pretty slow compared to most rifle rounds. Although MP5s are just cool as fuck. Now, if you're going to sleep just fine tonight, knowing that starving children in Africa could have eaten these graphics cards, go ahead and subscribe. Which, to be fair, they had their chance while they were mining the minerals that China would later use to make these graphics cards. So. You snooze and lose. Now for this next one, we're going a little bit retro. Giving these graphics cards a run through the jungle in 3, 2, 1. Let's see what we got. So this is kind of blowing my mind a little bit. So we hit this one perfectly, like center mass. So the 5.56 had to make it through quite a lot of material here. Split out the rear. You know, obviously it went through the first one. I think we stopped it on the second one. It looks like we've got two separate impacts on this. One here and one over here where it's just embedded in this metal fan here. But we've got no penetration on the back. That one's still from 9mm, which the 9mm, of course, that went low. It only had to divert through these, and it didn't have to go all the way through this thick block. But I cannot believe that just stopped 5.56. I kind of want to. I want to do that again. So they're right here in front of the second card. Like you've got bits. 5.56 bullet. That's fucking crazy. Like this is just all. Just look at this dusting of bullet fragments and I guess pieces of rare earth metals, whatever the fuck goes in a GPU. All right, take two. All right, so here we see this graphics card is officially falling the fuck apart. But we hit it over here on the left side this time. So it did the same thing 9mm did, which is kind of push these out of the way, break it off, actually, now that I look at it. Went into our second unit, and you see that massive fucking hole there from where that bullet's already breaking apart and tumbling. Giant exit on the second. And smacking into our third, and I think this is where the bullet's completely falling apart. But even still, it managed to punch through that, and it left a nice little dent on the back of the third, but it stopped in 3 graphics cards. I would not have called that. I think we can safely retire this one to the rear of the stack now. We're going to set these back up, and then we're going to call in some bigger guns. So now, you knew we had to do it. Bringing out the AK. So for what the 7.62x39 lacks in speed, it makes up for in mass. Story of my fucking life. So even though it's a few hundred feet per second slower than 5.56, the projectile weighs double as much. So let's see if that matters against these graphics cards. Okay, let's see what the Iron Curtain's got to offer. Firing in 3, 2, 1. I'm going to go out on a limb and say we had a bit more energy transfer there. Alright, so this one just flew off the table. This one got absolutely smoked through. Don't know where this was in the stack. That one, smoked. This one, think is clean. Clean, clean, clean. And this one was already fucked up. So we'll have to review the slow-mo footage, but I think 7.62 got through the first 4. They got through them pretty well. And now for something completely different. And now because I just watched Terminator 2 the other night, let's give this one a shot. Model 1887 loaded with buckshot. Full disclosure, I don't expect this to penetrate better than 7.62 or anything, but I do expect it to get very messy. What's great is it actually cleaned off a lot of the debris on this side of the table, if you notice. Like all that dust and shit's just gone. Punched a pretty good hole, actually separated the front of the graphics card on this first one. I found the other half of it over here. It's actually hard to tell just how many that just straight up destroyed. I'm going to say it finished off the front 4. See these over here, they're still in the fight. So let's bring out some fresh graphics cards and, well, you know what comes next. So, we brought out a couple of big boy graphics cards we were keeping to the side just for this. So for maximum penetration, raising, we went ahead and stacked these super close so there's less of an air gap in between them, so less place for the bullet to divert. So we're hopefully going to get the most graphic card damage we can out of 50 BMG, which, it's fucking 50 BMG. This should not be a problem. Alright, so now that we've got the Barrett M82A2 loaded, we're going to use the 50 cal from Metal Gear to destroy what allowed you to play Metal Gear. Firing in 3, 2, 1. Oh boy. So after looking at it, the angle is a little low. I think this was the first one. You could see that ripped straight through that nice half-inch 50 caliber hole. And kept going, and kept going, and kept going, and going. In fact, this dust toward the end is where it starts getting a little hard to tell what is bullet fragments and jacket and what is pieces of fucking graphics card that just fell out and fell off. But we still have some survivors toward the rear, and that just looked really cool, so let's just do it again. I'd like to say this is for science, but let's be honest, this one's for funsies. That'll teach you to run Tarkov slow as fuck. Well guys, I hope you found this video educational. Or at least entertaining. A little bit more demo ranch kind of content than I normally go for, but when somebody says they'll send you an entire box full of graphics cards to shoot at, you say yes. So thanks to Zydax for hooking us up with those. And a little secret between you and me for all you guys butthurt, like, I could have used those graphics cards. They were broken already. Come on, why would I destroy something perfectly usable? It's not like I'm whistling diesel. So out of all the rounds we tested, which one surprised you the most? Go ahead and let me know down in the comments. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of this fucking Texas heat, but I appreciate you guys watching to the end, and as always, I'll see you sexy YouTube mother lovers in the next video. Oh, thanks. So we were wondering why the table was a little wobbly after this video, and it turns out a table will not stop a deflected 50 cal. The more you know.